My name is Byera Ijumba. I am from the project Open Restitution Africa. So our project is based on being able to address a gap around restitution process data. And by that, we mean the processes that support cultural belongings or human remains or embodiments of spirits from Africa that have kind of been taken out to Europe, coming back to the continent in various ways, be it intangible or tangible. And we've used digital tools not only to manage the process of collecting data, but also to start processing it in comparable frameworks where it would be sitting in different kind of countries, across different kind of knowledge holders. We've been able to consolidate it and centralize it and be transparent about how we've made it and be able to respond to changes as we've kind of encountered them in our research. So digital tools have allowed us to deal with a dynamic and fluid data set in a controllable way. I think what makes it different for our region is that because there is, I guess, a direct lack of resources, so you don't necessarily have like digital humanities hubs or you don't have immediate access to digital tools. I think there's a lot of creative use of lo-fi digital tools that are available, a lot of creativity around how you would maybe move from like digital archiving, whereas you would kind of need a fancy scanner, some people are using their phones, where you would kind of rely on some heavy computing machinery. People are kind of having to rely on Excel or to rely on WordPress if you're building a website. So I think there's a lot of creativity around how people are taking very generic or ordinary tools and then using them to produce something that is also accessible for a wide range of people. So I think what is called a risk, which is, I think, in relation to thinking about digitization as an act of preservation, I think is being rethought a little bit within the African context because people are understanding how temporary digital interventions are. And so I think the risk of losing information after a particular period of time has actually forced people to ask themselves, why is it that I'm digitizing and what purpose can it serve in the time that particular intervention is going to be available for people? And so I think the risks have inspired us to start thinking about context responsive digital humanities that accept temporality, but then also embrace what they can do for that short period of time.